Hi, girls and boys. It's Mrs. Carpez. And as you know, we've been celebrating the 20th anniversary of the International Space Station called ISS this year at school. And this Saturday, May 30th at 3:22 p.m., NASA and SpaceX will launch a space shuttle with two astronauts to dock at the International Space Station, 248 miles above Earth, from Kennedy Space Station in Cape Canaveral, Florida. The rocket was supposed to launch on Wednesday, as you probably know, but there was a weather delay. SpaceX is an aerospace manufacturer owned by Elon Musk, who also owns the Tesla car company. I bet you've heard of that. He started SpaceX in 2002 with the goal of reducing space transportation cost by developing reusable rockets. Well, that's a good thing. The flight mission on Saturday is called Demo 2, and about 12 minutes after takeoff, the Falcon 9 rocket ship will release the SpaceX space shuttle called Crew Dragon with the two astronauts inside. The rocket will then return to Earth to be picked up in the Atlantic Ocean by a drone ship. The two astronauts will orbit planet Earth for about 19 hours until they catch up with the International Space Station. And this is the amazing part. The Crew Dragon spacecraft, space shuttle, will use automatic sensors and cameras to catch up and fly toward the International Space Station and attach and dock itself automatically. No human help is needed. This is very exciting, and I can't wait to see the launch on Saturday. I hope you get to see it too. You can learn more about Saturday's mission like I did by going to www.nasa.gov online. Let's get reading this fact informational expository book about the International Space Station, and that's the name of the book, The International Space Station, and it is written by Alan Morey. And if we stop here, across from the title page, we can find out when this book was born. That would be its copyright date. And it says that the year is 2018. The International Space Station at work. It is November 2nd, 2000. A space shuttle docks at the International Space Station, known as ISS. Its outer hatch opens. One American and two Russian astronauts float through it. They are the first people to live in this giant space laboratory. And here it shows the space shuttle at the time, docked to the International Space Station, and that's what the Crew Dragon will do on Saturday, dock itself there automatically. And here's a fact box. It says round and round. The ISS circles Earth 16 times each day. That's 5,840 times a year. That's pretty cool. What is the International Space Station? The ISS is the largest machine people have ever put into space. Astronauts live and work aboard it. The ISS orbits Earth. It can sometimes be seen in the night sky. And here's an astronaut working aboard it. And I have seen it in the night sky a few times. It moves pretty quick. Will humans ever live in outer space? If they do, they will need clean air, water, and food. Crews on the ISS are learning how to make this possible. They study the effects of living in space. And here's some crew members, one upside down. And here's a fact box. It's a small world. More than 200 astronauts from 18 countries have visited the ISS. Parts of the International Space Station. It took 13 years to build the International Space Station. Space shuttles carried parts into space. The station's giant robotic arms put the big pieces together. Astronauts went on spacewalks to connect the smaller parts, and then in 2011, the ISS was complete. And here it is in 2001. Piece by piece, it took more than 115 space flights to build the ISS. That's a lot of flights. And here's a picture of the ISS with Earth in the background. The ISS is made up of parts called modules. Some modules are science labs. Others store cargo. Crews on the ISS live in the modules. The modules give astronauts a place to eat, sleep, and to work out. And, like this one, play guitar. This astronaut is relaxing in the ISS. Modules are connected by the truss. It's this big long piece here. The truss is the longest part of the ISS. It has airlocks, which are, let's see if they show us right here, where the spacecraft can dock. At its ends are solar panels. These things right here. And the solar panels power the International Space Station. And there's the different parts. International Space Station missions, like Demo 2 coming up this Saturday. The first mission to the ISS was in 1998. Many nations sent up pieces to help build the station, and since then, there have been more than 50 missions to the ISS. Astronauts from all over the world use it. And you can see here's an astronaut working on it outside. And here's our fact box that says party of 6. Up to 6 people work on the ISS at a time. Astronauts do many experiments aboard the ISS. They want to know how humans can live in space for a long time. They study how to grow food. One day their work might help humans travel to planets like Mars. Wow, that would be amazing. And here is the International Space Station with some facts. Its length is 357 feet long. Its height is 66 feet high. Its width is 240 feet wide. And the mission of the ISS is to serve as an international laboratory in space where astronauts from all over the world can live and work. And the first time it was put in space is 1998. Its location in space is 248 miles above Earth, and its speed, it travels at 17,500 miles per hour. Those are some pretty amazing facts. In the back here is a glossary or mini dictionary of some of the words that you can learn about. And if you want to learn more facts about the International Space Station, it says that you can go to www.factsurfer.com and type in International Space Station. Thank you, boys and girls, for listening to this nonfiction book. And I hope that on Saturday you get to see the launch of Demo 2 and the Crew Dragon with the astronauts inside. It's going to be very exciting. That's going to be at 3:22 p.m. I'll see you then. Bye.